it's that time again. Yep, so there's only 2 levels this time. So this is defeating the ogre without taking any damage. It's pretty repetitive, unfortunately. You just sort of have to dive in and out with basic attacks. So I thought I would take the time. I didn't really get into it with Cordell because we kind of went off track, but his voice actor is Richard Ridings, who's a pretty interesting guy. For any of you out there with young children, you might know him best as Daddy Pig on Peppa Pig. He's been that role has been paying the bills for the last 15 years. I mean, it's done him well.
He did not get a big check for Cornell.
No, I assume not. I mean, they spent so much on Robert Carlyle and Patrick Stewart and a couple other actors we'll be seeing later. Although, if you're a fan of Ninja Theory's games, he was also Pigsy in Enslaved Odyssey to the West. He did an accent that I can best describe as a New Yorker imitating a British person imitating trying to do a Brooklyn accent. It was very weird. He had Pigsy had an entire DLC dedicated to him. It was actually pretty good. Anyway, he's a very diverse character actor. He's done everything from like King Henry VIII to he was in the most recent Thunderbirds series.
Oh, no shit.
Only in 1 episode though.
Oh.
And of course, he's reprised Daddy Pig at several points. Oh, and of course he's played Santa, because,
why would you not? Yeah.
Oh, he was Duke Kendo in The Old Republic. Not Knights of the Old Republic, but the MMO. Okay, with this boss fight, this is strange. The trial is to get through this without killing only 2 of the children. But it's not the eggs that count. It's the on-foot soldiers are the Crow Witch's children.
Okay.
Also, I thought using the Helmer Rock King's music here would be appropriate.
Attention to detail is appreciated.
So yeah, you'll notice there, the eggs don't count, which is kind of weird. Because you'd think that would be, like, you're throwing her kids back at her. But no, it's just the foot soldiers.
Do you have to use the eggs to stun her?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no way around it.
There's no way around that, no. I haven't played Wind Waker in ages. I need to get back to that game.
I don't think I've ever played it, period.
You really should get into it. The Wii U update is probably the best version for casual play.
Let's see if I can dig up a copy somewhere.
I hope they bring it to the Switch.
Oh, that would be even better.
All right, we're finally done. The chapter 4 trials. Even though there were only 2 of them, it felt like a lot more.
A boss trial's a little longer, a little harder.
That's true.
So it seems Pan has saved Gabriel once more. His arrival most fortuitous. Gabriel now enters the outskirts of the vampire's territory. A cold winter has gripped this land for centuries, driving out the inhabitants to warmer climes. Those stubborn enough to stay have contended with the cold death that visits them each and every night, taking their loved ones away forever. The vampires thrive in the cold and terrorize the living who crave warmth and companionship. This night a warrior will come, a knight in shining armor with death at his side. He comes for you, creatures of the night.
I knew I should have packed my parka. So that's another move you could do. That's the downward punch, the avalanche punch I think it's called. That's LT plus Y. Alright, so I've been hyping it up for several videos now. I'm finally going to show off the tilt throw for the goblin. Here we go. You just pull the pin on a goblin's grenade and he turns into a walking bomb. And if there are any other enemies, he will run towards them.
Oh, I love it.
That's another stash of fairies for Gabriel to kidnap.
We're just ticking all the felonies here, folks.
Yep. I'm sure at some point Gabriel will commit arson. It's only a matter of time.
That's good, because that's all I need to fill my bingo card.
I mean, he already has fire powers with the shadow magic, so he just needs to find something with enough wood to burn.
Hey, Griff, it's that Chupathingy again.
Yep, it's another chupacabra.
Oh, he brought his friends.
This is another great arena to use the tilt throw. I just love screwing around with goblins, especially when you have a more fully upgraded Gabriel to work with. It's just it's so much fun to screw around with them. Truly, the role of the Chupacabra will be Hideo Kojima's greatest legacy in video games. Second, of course, to Portable Ops. And I would also like to take this opportunity to point out, when using the tilt throw, an enemy that has a live grenade distracted to them will still get distracted by the fairy.
And the fairy also explodes?
Presumably, yes.
I'm starting to think Gabriel's a terrible person.
Really? What could have possibly given you that impression?
Everything!
Okay, fair enough. This is such a ridiculously long cutscene for just a door that we've already seen. And it's a door that could only be opened by a warthog, which, you know, it's exactly that type of door that we already seen, like back in chapter 2.
Hey guys, here's a quick reminder. You need the piggy.
Yeah, at least you don't have to check the door, like you did in previous levels, in order to spawn the warthog. This one you can kind of stun lock him by using fairies, which I think is kind of interesting. Anytime he starts to attack, you can just take a fairy out. I mean, I still end up taking some damage, but it's not that bad.
Yeah. Those fairies are becoming the most convenient thing about this game.
Alright, so we're going to pick up a scroll here. I was considering censoring it, but then I just figured why not just show it on whole. Basically, it just says, use a fairy to distract the Chupacabra. It's like their only weakness, even though in the bestiary, they're actually listed as being strong against fairies.
May have had 2 different writers on this.
There's actually only one credited writer, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Actually, no, sorry, there's 2, but one of them was a producer.
What? Was that the Chupacabra talking?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to go over quickly to an alternate take, where I decided to mess around and see if I could actually get the Chupacabra stuck in a fairy distracted animation in an earlier set piece. Turns out you kind of can, but the game just teleports him away anyway. I was very disappointed.
Yeah, immersion ruined.
Yeah, immersion ruined, 0 out of 10, worst game of all time.
My suspension of disbelief! No!
So I can't remember whether this plot thread gets mentioned again about this weird guy with the dark crystals. It's supposed to. I don't even know where they were going with that, but I don't know. Anyway, so you can just run over to the exit, but we have a couple of items to backtrack for first. Well, we gotta fight these guys, and then we can do some backtracking. And also send out our suicide bomber.
I love our suicide bomber.
That's top on my list of 5 things that I would never say on a first date. Along with, can you please pay for the check? I'm saving for my Pokemon card collection.
Hey, we can absolutely justify a Pokemon card collection. Come on now.
Okay, depends on what kind of person you're dating, I guess. Alright, anyway. So we got some more stuff to grab. That was one of the walls that, you can only pass through after the Chupacabra had stolen your relics. So you pretty much have to backtrack for that one.
Gotcha.
Along with this wall over here. And there's also crystal shards all over the place. So this is a good level to grab some, if you need them.
Gabriel, you only need 1 more crystal shard.
Oh no, he's gonna be haunted by Claudia forever. As he should be.
I do not deny that.
Well, I kind of messed up earlier. Vigal is actually a village that we're going to be seeing later in this video. I thought that was the village at the beginning of the game, but it's actually here. Oops. It's not a huge spoiler, though. There are much bigger plot twists coming up later in the game. So we had vampires earlier. And oh my god, it's a castle! An actual castle in this game called Castlevania. Who'd have thought?
I'm just so happy. Oh, that's a hell of a castle.
I wonder who could possibly be inside.
Yeah, boy, you guys are really emphasizing the castle.
It's really hard to make Gabriel walk slowly in this section. I was trying to make the shot last as long as possible. Just the controls were fighting with me the whole way.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Yes, it is impressive how bad the controls are.
Well, I mean, the castle, but yes, the controls are truly awful. Truly, truly awful.
Okay, they're not that bad for combat, but for regular moving around, yes. Anyway, That's level 1 of 2 for this video.
This village is one of the last vestiges of human civilization left in this place of death and cold. It lies not far from the vampire's castle, our next objective. I have some matters to attend to here, matters that could spoil our plans. I will deal with them and try to rendezvous with Gabriel later. He has not slept in days, not since the girl. The pain is etched on his face still, but in his soul only hatred drives him. We will not speak of it. He must not know I have seen everything, that I have followed him this far.
Your last vestige of human civilization.
Those barrels reminded me of Claudia.
There don't seem to be many humans here.
If only I had Claudia to vault me up to that wall and reach the Brotherhood Arc.
Claudia, stand on my shoulder. Oh. Just lie down for a second. Take 5.
I was very impressed by that sign over there. This is definitely the time period where, you know, since most people couldn't read, any major occupations would just have, you know, visual signs that would give a basic idea of what their occupation was.
Crude pictures.
Yep. Graphic designers were high in demand in the 11th century in Europe. As apparently were Coopers. So many barrels. Yeah, this is basically just telling you if you haven't figured it out yet, fairies and light magic do great things.
Thank God that you are still among the living, my friend.
The Lycan Lord has been defeated. I have his power. What happened here?
I congratulate you on your victory. But these fellows were not so fortunate. Word has spread of our quest. The vampire clan have slaughtered this entire village, and now they're expecting us. That abbey. I am told the abbot possesses an ancient relic that harnesses the power of the sun. It is said to be capable of burning vampires and reducing them to ashes. That relic protects the abbey and all who take refuge there. But the abbot has barricaded himself inside and filled the building with deadly traps to deter visitors. After years of isolation, some say he has been driven quite mad. He resides up there, in the tallest of the towers. If we could persuade him to give the relic to us, it would give us a tremendous advantage over the vampires. But it won't be easy.
Mad or not, damn him for not protecting his people.
Ghouls!
What the hell is that?
That is a ghoul. It's a new enemy type. They can be pretty dangerous. Their big gimmick is that their corpses, they could feed off of their own corpses, and when they do, they get a new dangerous poisonous attack, which basically it acts kind of like the spider venom from Chapter 2. Also, we're just going to hang out for a bit, because Zobek can take care of himself.
Already dead meat.
I'm actually kind of impressed. He's doing quite well.
He's doing pretty well, but I think we're going to steal his kill. You may be one of the oldest members of the Brotherhood, but that doesn't mean we're going to respect you at all. So, this is basically like a grub hole from Gears of War, where enemies will just keep on spawning until we close it up.
I'm coming.
I mean, it is basically just a grub hole.
It is the grub hole.
They didn't have any grenades, really. I mean, there's the goblin grenades, but you don't have any grenades that you can pick up. So instead, you gotta have those statues.
That's clever use of statues, I'll give him that.
Also, I think this is pretty much the first time you have an ally who's helping you in combat. So yeah, that's that vomit attack that the ghouls specifically get when they feed on the corpses of their enemies, and this attack. So that's basically like the disadvantage, or advantages and disadvantages of the tilt throw. The tilt throw keeps the corpse on the battlefield, but it gives you more neutral orbs, whereas the regular the regular throw destroys the corpse but gives you less orbs.
Gotcha.
Holy beasts. They will return if we don't block the hole.
I need your help with this.
Stop quoting my fan fiction.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Gabriel, you must block the hole. And remember, you need one more crystal.
Here, block the hole with my giant shaft.
Some would say it's rock hard.
Oh, also, because I keep using powerful attacks, the hint system keeps giving away the next section, so I have to keep censoring it.
You're already dead meat.
You want to take that again, Patrick? I think you emphasized the wrong word there.
They will return if we don't block the hole.
It's a bit of a puzzle.
Help me, Zobek. We can only knock down the statue if we do it together.
That's a good idea.
You can just feel the palpable sexual tension between these two already. No wonder AO3 went crazy for them. So I was trying to recreate something here where when I did the shoulder charge in a practice playthrough, Gabriel just started vibrating in midair. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it to work this time. I really need to start like recording my practice runs just in case something silly happens like that.
Oh, somebody didn't get the Facebook meeting invite.
These guys clearly didn't fight any spiders, because that's exactly how you fight the spiders. Well, we're about to get our last major upgrade for the combat cross.
Zobek needs to leave. We're self-conscious when this happens.
Yep, we just added a dagger to our cross.
Oh.
Yep, and now it's our combat cross is officially the vampire killer, with the addition of the stake.
Oh, that's perfect.
Zobek, I appreciate that you're concerned, but come on, you got to go in your corner now. Come on, get out of the way, please. Zobek.
What is he doing?
More importantly, what isn't he doing? I am a highly trained Shakespearean actor, and I will not stand for this nonsense. There, he's in his corner. God, I told you to stay in your corner, Zobek. Well, time to go on a road trip with our buddy Zobek, which we will see more of next video. And it's going to be really fun.
Ooh. Just two dudes traveling across the countryside, hunting vampires, standing real close.
Pulling pranks on the local abbot. You know, the usual.
Next video, we ding-dong ditch the abbot.
Yep. We're ding-dong ditching for the Lord.